What's up, everybody? It's Goose. I'll give y'all a update on the chickens. I obviously moved them back home. So before I had the encounter with the hawk, about a week before that, I had a chicken go missing, and I couldn't find her. Ended up finding her in the coop. She was at the front of the coop, where you see it's real thick. I got a lot of wood shavings in there, wood chips. She was up there, and I didn't see her when I was first looking for her, because I guess she was covered with all them wood shavings. Didn't know what happened. None of the chickens have acted sick. They're all young. Some of them aren't even a year old, and then these spotted ones, they're 2 years old. So none of them are old. None of them was acting sick. So I didn't know what happened. I just knew I had a dead chicken. Figured maybe it was sick and it just died, and I didn't catch it. So that happened, and then about a week later, that's when I made the other video about the chickens. I pulled up to give them some treats and check on them, and there was a hawk in there eating my chicken, and it flew off. That happened. I hollered at Mike, my neighbor, that I had the chickens at, and I called him and told him what happened. And he came down, and he was ready to take that hawk out. But that was about 10 o'clock in the morning. We talked about it, and I was like, I'm not sure what to do. There's a few things we can try. I told y'all we was going to put an owl up. We did put that owl up. We put a T-post in the middle of the pen, put the fake owl on top of it, which they say them owls will deter the hawks, and the key is just to move them around every few days, and that's what we was going to do. We was just going to move the post and move the owl every few days, and hope that worked. And I'd also read before that you can put hang CDs up, and the wind and the sun hitting them and reflecting off of them, moving around in the sun hitting, it sends a glare out that's supposed to mess with the hawk's eyesight and make it hard for them to swoop down. I don't know the science behind it. I can tell you it didn't work for me. We put these CDs on the front of the trailer, and then I put about 4 of them around the pen. I hung them on trees, put the owl up. And another thing that works for keeping hawks at bay is crows. Crows don't like hawks, which I'd read before. I do a lot of reading about all these things, and I can only speak on things after I've actually tried it. But they say if you have black chickens, it'll keep the hawks away, because they think they're hawks. I don't know how many black hens I have. I have 3 or 4 or 5, something like that. Which, we had a hawk attack, so obviously that didn't work for me either. Girls are going to bed for the night. Everybody's getting up on their roost. Yeah, I have a handful of black chickens, and that didn't help. But I do know from experience that the crows will chase hawks off. I had a family of crows staying here around my property, and which there's multiple reasons I don't have problems with hawks here. All my dogs chase hawks. Got these goats wandering around. They're big animals that hawks don't want to mess with. Hawks want small, easy targets. So some people will feed crows corn to keep crows in the area to chase hawks off. So that's the other thing we did. We put a pile of corn out there, which, the chickens ate quite a bit, but we kept putting corn out till the chickens got their fill, and left a pile of corn to try to attract some crows. So that's what we did. And Mike was also keeping watch too. He was pretty upset that happened. We was all upset. I'm just kind of used to it. Everything eats chicken. Everything likes how chicken tastes. It's unfortunate, but they're easy targets. So put the owl out, put the CDs out, put some corn out, tried to attract some crows to the area to help deter the hawks. Mike was working around the area doing some tilling on his tractor, and just keeping an eye on him, make sure, you know, hawk didn't come back. So yeah, I lost that one hen about 10 o'clock in the morning. Called Mike, he came down, we got the CDs and the owl up and corn out, and did what we could. And, you know, I also told him, like, if that happens again, I'm gonna have to take them home, because I can't be losing chickens like that. So he was out there for a few hours, and he left to go do something. He just went to his house, and then came back, and he was in the barn, right next to the chicken pen or shop, whatever you want to call it. It's interchangeable for us. But he was in the shop right next to the chicken pen, and then he heard a chicken get attacked. He came out, the hawk came back and killed another chicken, and when he came out, the hawk took off. So that was about 2 o'clock. In a 4-hour span, that hawk took out 2 chickens. So, you know, at that point we talked, and I was just like, tried all these things I read about, and they obviously didn't work. So the only thing I knew to do was to bring the chickens home. So after I lost them 2 chickens, I put this pen up here in my side yard over here with the goats, and we moved the chickens back home that evening. It's unfortunate, but it's part of it. They're just easy targets, and you got to be careful, because just everything eats them. I mean, rodents, hawks, owls, coyotes, bobcats, which they were down there for 2 months, and we didn't have any problems because of this net fence. This is electric net fence. I keep it hot. It's always putting out 6,000 to 8,000 kilovolts. So I've never had a problem with predators getting through this fence, but you know, it obviously doesn't deter aerial predators. So that's what happened. It sucks, but nothing you can really do about it. Well, you know, do what you got to do. I brought the chickens home. It was nice having over at Mike's, giving my pasture a rest, and him and his family really enjoyed them, and they like to, you know, give them treats and go and look at them and stuff. But just couldn't leave them there with that hawk coming after them, and you know, didn't have a dog down there or anything, so I just had to bring them home. So that's what happened with the hawk, and that's what we tried. Like I said, for me, the CDs and the owl doesn't work. Attracting crows, that is somewhat effective, I'd say, but just, you know, we couldn't get crows to come patrol the area in just a few hours. It doesn't work that way. You got to feed them for longer than that. Geese are a good way to protect from hawks. I have had geese before, and if you put a goose in here, a goose or geese in with your chickens, they alert about hawks flying over, and when they see a hawk flying over, they spread their wings, and you know, they're pretty big birds, and honk and make a big commotion. So geese are effective at keeping hawks at bay, but I don't have geese anymore, and that just wasn't an option. So anyway, that's what happened. I had to bring the chickens home. It's just the way she goes. Anyway, I'll see y'all later. Goose out.